Hey everyone! Welcome back to English Podcast. I'm really excited that you're joining us today because we're tackling a topic that many of us know we should embrace, yet it can often feel quite daunting. Today, we're discussing the concept of stepping out of your comfort zone. It might sound like just another motivational catchphrase, but trust me, there's a lot of depth and significance behind it. Before we dive into the heart of our discussion, I want to remind you that you can find the full script of this episode, along with a list of new vocabulary words, in the video description. If you're keen on enhancing your understanding and expanding your English skills, these resources will be super helpful. And don't forget, at the end of the video, we'll introduce those new words to help you keep track, so make sure you stick around for that. Now, let's explore what we mean by our comfort zone. Why do we tend to stay within it, and how can we start to move beyond those boundaries without feeling overwhelmed? Let's break it down together. What is the comfort zone, really? Imagine for a second that your comfort zone is like a cozy, warm blanket on a chilly day. You feel safe, secure, and comfortable. You know what to expect, right? Nothing really challenges you, but everything feels familiar. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with staying comfortable every now and then. But if we stay wrapped up in that comfort all the time, we miss out on a lot of life's adventures. Our comfort zone can become a bit of a bubble. It's like we're safe, but at the same time, we're holding ourselves back from growth, from learning, and from seeing just how much we're capable of. So, stepping out of it doesn't mean you have to jump into something extreme. It just means opening up to new possibilities, little by little. Why stepping out is so important? Here's the big thing. Growth happens outside that bubble. The only way we truly grow, whether it's learning new skills, becoming more confident, or building resilience, is by pushing ourselves. Think about the times in your life when you were most proud of yourself. Chances are, it was after you did something a little bit scary or challenging. When we challenge ourselves, even in small ways, we prove to ourselves that we're capable of more than we thought. And the best part? That confidence builds over time. Once you step out once, the next time feels a bit easier, and before you know it, your comfort zone has expanded. You're able to do things you once thought were impossible. Starting small makes a big difference. So how do we start? You don't have to make some huge, life-changing decision right away. Starting small is the key. Take little steps that stretch you, but don't completely terrify you. For example, if you're shy, try making conversation with someone new. Or if you've always wanted to learn a new skill, just take the first step, watch a video tutorial, sign up for a beginner class. The idea is to keep moving forward, little by little. And here's the thing, small steps might feel easy, but they build momentum. Each small step makes the next one a bit easier. Before you know it, you'll be doing things you never imagined you could do. Facing fear and self-doubt. Let's talk about fear, though, because it's a huge reason people stay in their comfort zones. Self-doubt is real, and fear is something we all deal with. You're not alone in feeling that way. When we step out of our comfort zones, our brains sometimes go into protection mode, telling us to be careful, to stay safe, to avoid the unknown. But if you let those thoughts control you, you miss out on incredible opportunities. So how do we handle that fear? One trick is to shift your mindset. Instead of focusing on what might go wrong, try to think about what could go right. Imagine the benefits of taking that step. Ask yourself, what if this actually brings me closer to my goals? What if I learn something amazing? What if this opens new doors for me? By thinking of the positive possibilities, you can reframe the fear into excitement. Accepting failure as part of growth. Another thing that holds us back is the fear of failure. Here's the truth. Failing is okay. In fact, failing is often how we learn the most. Every failure teaches us something. It's an opportunity to grow, to adjust, to improve. Think about some of the most successful people in the world. They've all faced failure. But instead of letting it stop them, they used it as fuel. They learned from it, adapted, and kept going. So when you step out of your comfort zone, expect a few bumps along the way. Embrace them. Let them teach you. Remember, every failure brings you one step closer to success. Keeping your future self in mind. One of the best ways to keep yourself motivated is to visualize your future self. Picture who you want to be, whether it's a year from now or 10 years from now. Imagine the confidence, the skills, the experiences you'll gain from stepping out of your comfort zone today. Imagine looking back and being so proud that you took those steps. Every time you feel hesitant, keep that future version of yourself in mind. They're cheering you on. Alright, so here's the bottom line: stepping out of your comfort zone isn't always easy, but it's worth it. It's a journey of growth, of becoming a stronger, braver, and more fulfilled version of yourself. You don't have to take massive leaps, just start with small steps. And remember, every time you stretch yourself a little bit, you're growing. You're expanding what's possible. As we wrap up our discussion on stepping out of your comfort zone, let's take a moment to explore some key vocabulary that will help deepen your understanding of today's topic. These words are not only relevant to our conversation, but will also enrich your English skills. So, let's dive into the new vocabulary. Comfort zone. Comfort zone. Meaning, a situation in which you feel comfortable and in which your ability and determination are not being tested. Momentum. Momentum. Meaning, the force that keeps an object moving or keeps an event developing after it has started. Self-doubt. Self-doubt. Meaning, a lack of confidence in oneself and one's abilities. Visualization. Visualization. Meaning, the act of forming a picture of something in your mind. Resilience. Resilience. Meaning, the ability to be happy, successful, etc. again after something difficult or bad has happened. Thank you for joining me on English Podcast. I hope this has inspired you to take a step, even just a tiny one, out of your comfort zone. If you enjoyed today's episode, please share it with someone who might need a little motivation. Let's keep encouraging each other to grow, to challenge ourselves, and to see just how amazing life can be when we step outside that bubble. Until next time, keep growing, and remember, you're capable of so much more than you know.